All right, welcome back to Jonesycast. I'm Jonesy, and this is the cast. Please like and subscribe if you dig the videos. If you don't, that's cool too. Hey, basically what I do is I go through Reddit and look at relationship advice, dating advice, things like that, and I just do video responses. So let's get into this one. This is a slab of text, man. Oi, hot tip: use paragraphs. Okay, use paragraphs. You want to press that enter, and then start another one. But that's just a small thing. Now, posted by user PM underscore 2032 2 minutes ago. My girlfriend, 18 female, has been avoiding me, 19 male, for weeks, and she suddenly asked me about an open relationship. Now, I've read the whole thing, so I'm not going to read it verbatim. If any viewers other than the OP want more context, I'm going to put the link in the description. Me and this girl have been together for 4 months now, and things have been shitty recently. Okay, here's the deal first. 4 months is not that long, okay? So if things are getting shitty, here's what I think's happened, man. I'll just give you a little context. I'm 33. I've slept with a lot of women, and I've been in a lot of relationships. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you for context. And that, I think, gives me not the right, but just, I don't know, maybe the idea that some of my experience can be helpful to you. Okay. So, 4 months is not long. And again, I'm 33. So 4 months is a lot longer to you. Okay. Cause you're only 19. Now you've also got to understand this: because you're 19, you don't know much. And that's not me insulting you. That's just telling you the truth. You don't have enough time in the saddle. You don't have enough experience. You haven't made enough mistakes. You haven't had your heart broken enough. You haven't had enough success. You know what I mean? So I completely understand why you're asking these questions, because this is exactly what I would have asked at 19 years old. Like it's a complex issue. So hopefully we can go through it together. Okay. Me and this girl have been together for 4 months now, and things have been shitty recently. We met around October last year and got along really well and started dating very shortly after we'd met. Things were amazing for the first 2 to 3 months, but then we slowly started becoming more distant and out of nowhere. She'd ignore my texts or give me quite literally no response when we'd have conversations. I brought this up because I wasn't sure if I'd done something to upset her or if there was something bothering her, and I was told that she merely never has anything to contribute, or my responses are relevant because she's seen it too late. Okay, so that tells me one of a couple of things. Number one, she doesn't have anything for you. Okay, but the question is why? Because the truth is, a relationship is based on the commensurate effort of both people to have something. Okay, me and my missus have been together nearly 18 months, I think. And sometimes I don't have anything, but God damn it, I try. God damn it, I try. Some days it's a shit day, but God damn it, she tries. God damn it, she tries. And it's not because she has anything or she needs to make anything up. It's because she fucking loves me. Okay. And she understands that every day you have to meet 100. Sometimes I'm 90, sometimes she's 10. And sometimes it's the other way around, but you've got to meet 100. This girl, it seems, doesn't understand that. Now, I don't blame her because she's 18. And when I was 19 or 18, I was a banana. Okay. I was a fool. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know how to get anything. You know, I was still in my apprenticeship as a man. Right. And so are you. Right. So, but so is she. You got to remember that. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing either. My question is, does she know what she wants? Right? I think she may know what she wants, or at least doesn't want. But that is yet to be seen. So let's keep going. Oh, and sorry, the other thing on that is that my response is irrelevant because she'd seen it too late. That's not a good enough reason, man. I mean, if you've seen it too late, at least you can talk about the fact that you've seen it too late. But here's what I thought of it when I received it. Okay. And a few weeks ago, I tore my ACL and LCL and have been stuck at home recovering. And the distance went from being somewhat minimal to everyone asking me where she's been. Last week I played some games with her since my leg has improved, and out of nowhere she'd asked me about setting boundaries. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're both really laid back, and I'd like to think that there's a lot of trust between us, so I've never really been one to tell her what she can and can't do because I'm bothered by it. I actually encourage her to do what she wants. Okay, here is the deal. That is a good way to be, but it's going to be very hard to maintain that if there's no trust. Okay? What you are doing when you're doing that is you are allowing her to be who she wants and who she needs to be in the relationship. And that is a very healthy thing to do. Okay. So I'm liking what you're doing, right? I'd like to think there's a lot of trust between us. So I've never really been one to tell her what to do. I think that there's less trust than you would like to think. And I think you know that, but I think that's where we're going to get to. This conversation was back and forth and for maybe 15 minutes because she was being very vague about what she wanted me to set boundaries for, and told me there were things she wanted to do with people, but that she wanted them to remain platonic. Oh, that's not good. Okay, here's the deal. It seems like, and after that, immediately she told me she wanted an open relationship. It seems like she wants to do what she wants. She wants to have her cake and eat it too. Okay. Now, I don't blame her for wanting that. You can want whatever you want. The question is whether or not you're going to get it. Okay. The question is whether or not the person you are in the relationship with is willing to give you what you want. And I'll tell you this much. If I was to say this to my girlfriend, she would say no. And she would be right to, because she's telling me the truth. And I would have to either accept that or move on. Okay, those are the only options. Accept her rules or move on. And, you know, people may argue and say that you should just be cool with her doing what she wants to do and stuff. Hey, how about you fuck off, mate? How about you let me be okay with what I'm okay with, and then you do you, okay? If these people that are telling you that want to do that, that's fine, but you don't have to be okay with that. Now, because you're 19... you may be okay with your girl sleeping around when you're 22, when you're 25, when you're 28, when you're 34, right? But if you're not now, that's okay. And you shouldn't be ashamed of that, right? Don't ever be ashamed of who you are and what you want. The only thing you should be ashamed about, if ever, is what you do about what you want, okay? Your actions define who you are to everyone else. So let's continue. Meaning she wanted to be intimate with others but avoid anything sexual. I don't know what the fuck that means. That doesn't make sense. She wants to be intimate with other people. I mean, kissing other people is intimate and sexual, right? I mean, I don't know who came up with that idea, but they're talking out of their ass. I mean, it's intimate but not sexual. That's crazy. Here's the problem, right? You just imagine, which I'm sure you have because you're a young man. You imagine her getting physical or intimate with another young man, okay? Do you think that other young man is going to be okay with just stopping before you get to sexual? He's going to get super frustrated and she's going to want to explore. That's what open relationship means, okay? Now, I would advise against an open relationship, and it's only because most people can't do it. Just by the numbers. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying if you're going to accept that, you need to be very careful and pay attention. Every day you need to rethink about what you think of this because it's a new experience. I would say the same thing in a new job. I would say the same thing with buying a new car or motorcycle, right? You need to pay attention to it to see how it's going. But I would advise against it because most people can't do it, okay? My mind went blank and all of these doubts in the back of my mind that I had suddenly felt like they had a genuine reason. I think you're 100%, and I think you need to follow that instinct to its end conclusion. I think you're 100% right. I think that your fears have been justified. And I think that you have had instincts about that and you were wise to listen to them, okay? She told me that she'd wanted to explore and try new things because she just graduated. Okay. She's right. I mean, what are you going to do? She's 18. She was born after the birth control pill. She can pretty much do what she wants. You know, she's a young woman in a free society, I imagine. So if that's what she wants to do, that's what she can do. But like, again, if I was in your position and I had this situation, I'd be like, all right, go off and do it. I won't be here when you come back. You know, because otherwise, if you say to her, I will be here when you come back, you've got to wait for her. And how long is that going to take? You don't know. Who knows? Are you going to wait for her forever? No, fuck that. Because you'll just develop resentment and lower self-esteem. But if she wants to do it, that's fine. You know, don't blame her and don't get angry because she's telling you the truth. But you also have standards too. You have a voice in this relationship. So if she wants to go off and do her thing, then she gets to go off and do her thing. But she doesn't get both, right? We've discussed a lot of things and she's wanted to try in the past, and I've made it clear that I'd be willing to try things with her. Yet a few times I initiated anything, I was turned away. That's probably because they didn't come from her and she'd be insecure about what they mean because you're the one that initiated them. It seems like she wants a bit more control. And again, that's not necessarily good or bad. It just is what it is, right? Not once has she ever made an attempt to initiate, and she blamed me for not trying anything on her. So I'm the bad guy for not wanting to feel like I'm pressuring her into doing something she doesn't want to do. I mean, look, it could be the case. If you are talking about threesomes, she maybe doesn't want to explore with you. It is sometimes the case that happens. That one of the partners is insecure about the other partner. Because look, man, I've had threesomes before, with couples, and what can happen is that, just say you have a girl-guy threesome with another girl. You will be focusing on the other girl more because she's novel, because she's new, because she's different. And so the static girl that's in your life, the remaining one, may get insecure about that. Because she doesn't understand that you're doing it because they are novel, not because you don't love your partner. And that happens the other way as well. You know, like if you have a guy-girl threesome, you might feel a bit insecure because she's paying more attention to him, and she may be aware of that because women are very empathetic. Women are very empathetic, and they are more empathetic than is sometimes good for them because that means they're higher in negative emotion. Okay. She's told, we've had discussions for the past 3 days and it seems like I'm the only one trying to make things right. I know it can feel that way, man. I mean, I can't speak to whether or not that's true, but I mean, if that's the way you genuinely feel, then I think that you are slowly stacking very light bricks onto one side of the argument as to whether you should break up or stay with her. You know, if you feel that she's not making an effort to mend things and instead avoids you and starts hanging with so many different guys almost every night, I mean, listen, man, I'm going to tell you something that will probably break your heart, okay? If you still got love for this girl. I don't listen to what people say. I watch what they do. Because what they do tells me what they want, okay? This is why people get caught with cheaters. It's because they listen to what people say and they believe them. I don't care what you tell me. I watch what you do. Because what you do, again, tells me exactly what you want. Because most people haven't really thought about what they want. They think they want something and then they get it and then they find out it's not what they really wanted, okay? I don't trust people when they tell me what they want. Most people, because most people don't know what they want. Most people just are operating on the momentum of their past, and whether it's from external or internal, they think about what they want, but they haven't really questioned it. They haven't done enough thinking. They just go, oh yeah, that sounds cool. You know, I watch what they do because what they do has consistent patterns and habits. And that tells me, look, I was a smoker. Now I vape, but I was a smoker. And I would listen to people say, yeah, I want to quit. No, you don't. Or at least you don't want it enough. Because if you did, you'd quit. Sounds harsh, but it's true, man. I mean, If you want to be with me, if you're a woman and you want to be with me, you will do everything you can to be with me, not say everything you can to be with me. You see the subtle difference, right? But let's keep going. Normally I wouldn't be bothered, but I'm so paranoid and it's starting to drive me crazy. I'm going to be honest. You are right to worry. I wouldn't let it drive you to paranoia in the clinical sense. But I know what you mean. And there's a good reason you're feeling that way, because I would feel exactly the same way, especially because it's not that she's hanging with a ton of different dudes, right? It's that she wasn't and now she is, right? If you got with, sorry, I'm burping. If you got with her and she spent a lot of time around different guys and you were okay with that from the start, and then she keeps doing it, that's an entirely different story than you got with her and she's hanging around mostly you and then she changes. Because changes in behavior patterns often reflect changes in desires, okay? I don't want to end things because I'm the happiest I've ever been with her, but I'm starting to feel that I should also end things. All right. You just said two different and contradictory things, and I completely understand why you did. Right? I don't want to end things because I'm the happiest I've ever been with her. Life's not about happiness, man. Life is about meaning. Life is about making yourself a better man. About making yourself a man that a woman cannot say no to. Look, whether it's this girl or another girl, at some point in your life, you are going to come across a woman that you cannot say no to. And you want to be the kind of man that she cannot say no to, okay? So that's what you need to focus on, not happiness. Happiness is what comes along with us chasing the right goals and getting them, and then starting new goal chasing, right? Happiness is an external benefit. It's not the goal. It should never be the goal. Because what happens when you're not happy? You're miserable because that was your goal, right? But what happens when you're not happy if happiness isn't the goal? You go, okay, I'm not happy. I've still got this goal in front of me that I got to chase. I've got things to do, right? It's become clear that she enjoys hanging out with random strangers more than she likes being in my presence. I made it clear that I don't like what she's doing, and she's acknowledged that what I said, but I feel like she isn't going to respect the boundaries she asked me to set. So all I'm asking here is, should I give her time and distance, continue to try to fix things, or should I just break up with her? I'd really like to stay with her, but I don't have anyone to give me decent input on what I should do. Anything is appreciated. Okay. Here is what you should do. Sit down at a desk and write down what you want in a relationship. Okay. And I've said this fucking dozens of times in the videos that I've done. Write down what you want in a relationship. I want love in action and word. I want to be appreciated. I want to be seen as equal. I want to be respected. I want honesty. I want trust. I want commitment. I want the promise. I want stability. I want consistency. All of these things, right? That's just an example. What I don't want dishonesty. I don't want randomness. I don't want too much unpredictability, right? I don't want deception, blah, 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 right? The second thing that you got to do, that's the third thing. So write down what you want, write down what you don't want in a relationship, then write down what you want in yourself. What are you willing to give another woman? What should she expect from you, right? And then do it for her. What do you want in a woman? What do you expect of her? Okay. And then put this girl to that test. Put this girl to the test of, does she compare to the list that you've written down? Not decided by me, but decided by you. Okay. Then you need to go and have a conversation with her, in which you enunciate what you've just said here. You need to tell her that you've made it clear, and it seems like she's acknowledged it, but you feel she isn't going to respect the boundaries. You need to make it clear that you're nervous about her hanging around other dudes. You need to make it clear that you're getting nervous and you think she might cheat on you. Okay. Now, if she can't handle that, which she probably can't because she's 18, and it's going to be fucking hard for you to say because you probably never had that conversation before, and you might make mistakes, but that's okay because failure is a component of success. Okay. Look, man, I wish you the best. I really do. But I will also tell you at the end of this video that you shouldn't be too afraid if things go pear-shaped, because you're 18 and I'm 30. Sorry, you're 19 and I'm 33. That's a 14-year difference. And I'm willing to bet all the money I have in the bank that you find the right woman if you become the right man. If and or when. But if this all goes pear-shaped, here's what I would do. Go to the gym, fix yourself physically, improve yourself physically, read books about how to be the best man you can. I would start with Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life, and his subsequent one, 12 More Rules for Life. That's just what I would start with, okay? Then you need to educate yourself and become a better man. Always tell the truth. Do things like that, all right? Be a better man, because then you will develop the ability to discriminate everyone else except the right woman. I have discriminated against every other woman except for my missus to be her man, okay? That's what relationships are about, to forsake everyone else. But you got to find the right woman, and you got to be the right man, okay? That's what I would really focus on, rather than letting this girl twist your innards into knots. I hope you do well, mate. I really do. Good luck.